Hi there everybody and welcome along to the big quiz night in. It's another pub quiz night and I'm very excited to be bringing another one to you this evening. You can see the rounds we're going to be doing tonight. They're up there in the corner of the screen if you're watching on Facebook Live. So as always, we'll be waiting just a few minutes before we start this evening so that we can welcome people who are watching live. So if you're watching a repeat of this, all you need to do is skip ahead maybe 10 to 15 minutes through this preamble while I welcome all those people before we start with our first round of the evening, which tonight is a potluck round, which is kind of a trend that we'll be doing, I think, over the next few quizzes and certainly with the recent quizzes as well. Because I get sent potluck rounds every week for the pub quizzes I do, but we don't actually do potluck rounds in the pub. So as a result of that, we're always going to think, for the while at least, we'll do potluck as a first round to kick things off. I think that is a good way to start because it's a nice general knowledge round that everybody knows a little bit about. If you'd like to support me and anything I do here for Big Quiz Night In, all you need to do is look at the links in the description of this video. Everything's there from my social media links, Limor, Twitter, Instagram, of course, and then also ways to support me any other way, like Patreon, for example. I'll talk more about that throughout the evening. And of course, we do still have our connection with Secret Santa 365. So if you want to do a little bit of good supporting a charity that's close to my heart, and I hope close to a few other people's hearts who are watching along maybe tonight, you can do that. Secret Santa 365, their details are in the description as well. Yes, there's lots of things to talk about this evening, but I want to welcome as many people as we can onto this broadcast, as always. So what I'd like to do first and foremost, now I've done that little introduction, is to share the link out there across Facebook and the various different places I share it, so that we can let everybody know where to find the quiz. So and please feel free to do the same. One of the easiest ways to get a top fan badge is to share what I do on this page. Excuse me. So that includes sharing videos like this, so you can let people know that there's a virtual quiz night happening right now every Tuesday night at the moment. Big quiz night in, 8 o'clock start, give or take. And yeah, 3 quiz rounds as always, and plus a picture round at the end. So yeah, it's dead simple. What I would love to see is to get a few more live viewers on the old Tuesday night quiz, because we have been doing this for, I think this is the 3rd Tuesday one now. And it's a tough one because people were used to it being Thursdays and Sundays, and now I'm back at the pub on those nights where I would normally be working anyway, hosting the pub quizzes for them, because that's where this all came from. So great news, now I'm back at the pub, but we now need to get people watching the live show here on Tuesday nights instead. Yeah, so that's cool. Let's get in the comments then, everybody. Have a word in the comments. Let me know. Are you enjoying yourself today? Have you had a good day? Did you have a good week? It's been a while since I spoke to you all. So let me know in the comments how we're doing. Who have we got watching tonight before we start? We do normally have my daughter Abby asking the first question to kick things off. Unfortunately, she's a bit poorly tonight, so we won't be having Abby asking a question. So yeah, she's going to be resting and going to bed soon, I believe. But we will be kicking off with the potluck round to begin with this evening. So let me know in the comments how you're all doing if you're watching this evening, and we'll get that conversation going. I have got ready prepared my Thunder Goblet. All important sip of that first beer for the pub quiz. Why not? But let me know what you're drinking this evening. We always like to talk about that and see if anybody's having a cheeky beverage on a Tuesday night. Welcome to Chippy, who's joined us. I can see we've got Matthew Hillis is watching as well. Hope you're all doing well. Do say hello in the comments. Let's get the conversation going, and kicking off at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock as per usual. And then yeah, we've got 3 rounds. Sport round we're doing tonight. We haven't done a sport round in ages, so I thought I would bring one back in. One of the things that was commented on a post I shared maybe a couple of weeks ago was about the different subjects that we do. And somebody said they really like sport rounds, and I thought, you know, I don't actually do a lot of sport rounds because I kind of think there's a lot of people that don't like sport, and there's only a small number of people that really do like sport. So it's about time I brought one back in. So yeah. John says quadruple JD and Coke. Why not? I think that's technically a JD with a dash, right? I love a Jack Daniels. I love it. I love a bourbon in general, to be honest. But sorry about the wobbly camera there. but I do love a Jack Daniels, so why not enjoy one this evening? Fair play. And yes, you can see I've got Big Game Night In advertised here as well, because I've recently created a game that you can download. It's not an app, but you download like a PDF and print it off, and you can play it with all the family, aimed at kids, I would say 5 to 12-year-olds, but really it's for all the families to kind of play together. It's a lot of fun. Link to that is in the description as well, so just promoting everything I do here to try and get by. Good evening. Yes, Anna says Paranus are here. Welcome to you. Andy says good evening too. Andy, whose team are you on tonight? Are you going to be back in black, or are you kings and queens tonight? If you haven't got a quiz team name, don't worry. You don't have to have one, but we do have lots of people that watch along, and historically they always have their pub quiz team names. Even if you're on your own, it's fun to have a team name. I don't need you to tell me the answers in the comments to any of these questions. You're just going to be making a note of them yourself however you want. And then from there, at the end of each quiz round, I will give you the answers, and you can just tell me your team scores, and that's when the pub quiz team names come into it all. So yeah, that's roughly how it works for anybody new that's watching. Obviously, it's all just for fun, and we'd love to see who wins each round, but we'll celebrate with the winners, and we'll commiserate with those who don't do quite so well, perhaps. But really, it's just for fun and to get some conversation going, to build a community around this Big Quiz Night In page, and to see how you all get on with the quiz, really. So yeah, starting in about 6 minutes time. Please do keep liking and sharing these videos. It really makes a difference the more likes these videos get. Good evening to Tracy, good evening to Ed. Yeah, keep liking and sharing the video, please, guys, because we do need to keep promoting what we're doing here, try and get a bigger audience coming to these videos. Now we shifted to Tuesdays. It is a bit of a tough one, because Tuesday nights, I don't know, seems to be a night where people don't want to enjoy a pub quiz. But that doesn't mean that we can't make this work. So I really hope we do. And I keep kicking the stand that my camera is on. But hey, Andy says another night with the Kings and Queens. Okay, all right. So you're joining the Kings and Queens then. No problem, mate. Glad to have you here, regardless of what team you're in. And welcome to everybody else watching. Do stick around. Your first round's potluck tonight. You can see what's going on here. At the end of every live video I do, I share a picture round as well. Tonight I'm going to be sharing that on my Instagram page as well. So that's Big Quiz Night In. You can look at it on Instagram, or you can keep an eye out for the post here. It's entirely up to you. But it will be shared on both this evening, and I'm going to try and do that more often. But because Instagram's a bit funny with, with Instagram, the pictures have to be square. If they're not square, then it doesn't quite look right when you're scrolling through Instagram, and you can't quite see it properly. You have to zoom in, and so yeah. But where I can, I'm going to do more on Instagram and share more pictures, because I'm getting the numbers are going up on Instagram, which is really nice to see. That's great. So I want to share more pictures. Good evening to Chippy. Thank you for getting in the comments, mate. I'm enjoying that Thunder Goblet glass you got me, or you and the team got me, with the Thunder Horse logo on it. And to be honest, speaking of logos, I used to ask if you had a team logo, or if you wanted to put together a team logo image, I'd share it on the page. And we haven't had any for a while. I haven't asked for it. Most teams handed theirs in, and I shared them all, and they're in an album on this page already. So if anybody else has got any funny pictures for their pub quiz team that you want to share, please do send them to me in a private message, either the quiz page or message me directly, and I'll put them up for everybody to see. And for those of you in the top fan group, which you get if you get a top fan badge or join my Patreon, you can share pictures in there whenever you like as well, and everybody that's a top fan gets to see them. So that's a bit of fun, I think. Again, this is all really, I do all of this for everyone's collective mental well-being. Obviously, it all started through that pandemic, which is still going on. Let's be honest, it's not gone away. So we all could do a bit of a laugh and a bit of fun every now and then. Hopefully, I continue to bring that to you. Evening to Luke. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're ready for another quiz, mate. Really appreciate you joining again. And we're kind of hovering around that 30 mark in terms of live devices watching along. That's really good to see. Hopefully we can get a few more. Good evening to Vernia tonight. Well done. Welcome for joining us. Thank you for joining us. I think it's half a dozen, isn't it, their team name? Coventry Boys is our team name, says John. Okay, Coventry Boys it is. I used to work with a load of Coventry lads. I used to work in Banbury years ago in an IT support role, and a load of people from Coventry and that area worked there too. So yeah, I don't know the area well, but I know a lot of people over that way. Freddie's Ficko's in the house. Welcome to Owen, fellow Spurs supporting family. Are we going to be signing anybody tonight? Because Twitter is blowing up. Sorry to segue into sport quickly, but my Twitter is going absolutely mad at the moment with football transfer news, because Spurs are very close to signing 2 players, at least 2, and it's very exciting. So I've had to close it down, obviously, so I don't get too distracted. But Owen, what do you reckon? Are we going to get them in? What do you reckon? Have you seen who I'm talking about? 2 players from the same club, no doubt. Nicholas says, good evening all. Let's Get Quizzical are here. It's a great team name. Yeah, Let's Get Quizzical. Welcome along. That's great. 30 devices watching along. That's good. Let's see if we can keep it above that. Owen says, yes, at least 2. Yeah. So there's 2 from Real Madrid, and then at least a striker we need as well on top of that, for sure. So my wife's dropped in the comments there. She says, Abby apologises for not being on tonight. She says a big hello to all of you. Yeah, she's really sad that she's not well enough to be on, but we thought it best. It does also mean that both of them are going to have to be off school tomorrow, because although it's not likely to be that thing that's going around, at the same time she is showing symptoms that are similar to that, so we do have to be very careful. So yeah, all your thoughts and prayers, well wishes would be appreciated right now to help Abby through that. I'm sure she'll be fine. But yeah, we're a bit sad that she couldn't be with us tonight to do the first question. Tracy says, I'll just put out there now, sport, boo. I know, Tracy, but you know what, when I do kind of rock and music related rounds and the things that you love, you know there are people booing at me for doing that. You know, we've got to keep mixing it up. So welcome to Diva. Thank you for joining. You're just in time. We are about to start the first round of the evening. And to James as well. Welcome to James on my own. James Bailey, welcome to you too. Owen says Levy will get it done. Yeah, absolutely. Levy time. I hope he does. Have you been watching All or Nothing on Amazon? Oh my goodness, on Amazon Prime. I never thought I needed that in my life. And boy, did I. It is so good. The Tottenham Hotspur documentary on Amazon Prime is so good. Totally gives me a new perspective of Mourinho and the team, and yeah, amazing. Amanda says, hope Abby feels better soon. Yeah, fingers crossed. Lots of love to Abby from Tracy. Best wishes from Diva. Thank you so much. Yeah, really make her smile, I think, seeing some nice comments from you guys. Devises Uno having a rosé and waiting for tonight's topic. And Helen's just joined. She says, tree beard. Well, yeah, I mean, it's definitely getting there now, isn't it? I've been growing it since January 1st, guys, and it's going to keep going till the end of the year, just because my year journey, if you want to see what's going on with that and how I started, on my personal Instagram, you can give me a follow there and you'll see all the pictures. I've been taking them pretty much every day of the growth. Owen says, I've heard Belotti, I don't know how to pronounce it yet, Regulon, and possibly Bale on loan. Yes, Owen, that's the ones. That's the 3 I've been seeing. But the 2 from Madrid are definitely looking very possible right now. Maddie says, all the best to Abby. Missing you tonight. Yeah, she misses all of you guys. Thank you, Maddie. Oh, Matthew says, our daughter's unwell. 5 months off school. What could go wrong? Yeah, right. As soon as they go back to school, that's it. Bang, everybody's ill. Yeah. James says, get well soon, Abby. We'll miss you tonight. Owen says, all or nothing. Absolutely fantastic. You finished it this evening. Okay, I've just watched episode 7. So I've got the last 2 to watch now. I'm really sad. It's the end of it, really. But yeah. Oh boy. Shame it can't end in a happier note, but we'll see. Right, everybody, let's kick off then, I think, with the first round of the evening, which is, as I've said, and as you can see up here, the potluck round. As always, you just make a note of your answers. Don't put them in the comments. All you need to do is make your own note of them. And then at the end of the round, I'll do any repeats that you like. And then we will go through the answers and see how well you did for each round. Keep giving me those likes on that video. It really helps put this video in front of more people. The more likes the videos get, that's much appreciated too. Here we go with question number 1, and it's for 2 points. Which 2 colours are on the national flag of Denmark? Which 2 colours are on the national flag of Denmark? Yeah, we won't talk too much about the recent football results for the start of the season. But hopefully that has got the point across that we desperately needed these new players. So fingers crossed, Owen. Question number 2. Which creatures gather collectively in a shrewdness? Is it apes, crows, or shrews? Which creatures gather collectively in a shrewdness? Is it apes, crows, or shrews? Owen says, by the way, you need to do the Dare Walk, the Dare Skywalk, superb view of the stadium. Yeah, I know. I do want to do it, but I'll be honest, I did throw my toys out the pram a little bit when Poch left, and then they brought in Mourinho, because I was never really a fan of his style of football, and I was devastated. So I cancelled my membership, and I'm not going to give the club any of my money until I see things improve at the club. And I'm hoping this is the season that does it, and then maybe next season I'll renew my membership and I'll go back. But I had to cancel it when that happened. I was really not happy. So, but yes, I know. I do want to see it. I do want to do it at some point. I want to go up there with my dad. That'd be hilarious, I think. Neither of us are good with heights. Question number 3 for you now. Which 2 words combine to create the new word bionic? Oh. Sorry, in case you didn't know, I have to set this up in my kitchen. We have no other space in the house. Which 2 words combine to create the new word bionic? 1 point for each. Which 2 words combine to create the new word bionic? Chippy says, well said, Chris. Good start by your boys the other day. Nah, it was horrendous, honestly. I hate feeling like I have to turn the football off because I'm so disappointed. I never do, and I don't think I've ever done it, and I've certainly never left the stadium when I've been disappointed with the performance. I never left early, but at the same time I was close. It was Dyer, not literally Eric Dyer, although he made mistakes too, but hey. Question number 4 now. Is a Romanian kashkaval a type of dog, a pig, or a cheese? Is a Romanian kashkaval, I'll put it in the comments so you can see it. Is that a type of dog, a pig, or a cheese? A kashkaval. Owen says Linda is scared of heights, but she loved it. Good. I saw Lad Baby, their Facebook page, they got invited around there for a bit of promotional stuff, and their video of it's hilarious. Because yeah, one of them is very, very, very scared of heights, but seemed to enjoy it once they got there. So yeah, it's very cool, I must admit. We do have an amazing stadium. It's just a shame we haven't got any trophies lately. Question 5 then. Okay, question number 5. Which American state is known as the Lone Star State? Which American state is known as the Lone Star State? That's question 5. Question 6 is for 2 more points. Question number 6 then. What does the DC stand for in DC's cinematic universe, or just DC in general? You're aware of the superheroes, no doubt, that are from it, as opposed to Marvel. DC, the likes of Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, they're the big 3, most people know. So what does the DC stand for in the DC cinematic universe? You get 1 point for each correct word. You never see them referred to as what it stands for, to be honest. It's just DC, but before they were just DC, this is what that stood for. All right, your next question then is number 7, and it's worth 3 points. What is a CPO in the Royal Navy? What is a CPO in the Royal Navy? To spell it phonetically, P for Papa, CPO. Owen says trophies are coming. You may not like Jose, but he is a winner. He is a winner, you know, and I'll be honest, after watching up to episode 7 of All or Nothing, I do like Jose a lot more now. It's certainly served its purpose. My problem isn't so much with Jose anymore. It's more like the club. and the fact that the team just don't seem to want it enough on the pitch. There's not enough creativity out there, but I like the team that Jose's built there in terms of his coaching staff and all that. I'm much more positive about that now. So I definitely needed that show in my life to understand how things are at the club. But yeah, we need to win a trophy this season. We've got to. Okay, question number 8 for 2 points now. Question 8. Prince William marries Catherine Middleton. Amy Winehouse passes away. And the news of the world ceased publication. Name the year. Prince William marries Catherine Middleton. Amy Winehouse passed away. And the news of the world ceased publication. Name the year. And if you get it exactly right, you get 2 points. I hope I'm still broadcasting to you all, because on my Chromebook it just cut out. Not my phone, my other Chromebook where I monitor the comments and things. So I'm going to carry on. Keep calm and carry on, as they say, which reminds me I need to talk about keep calm and listening. But that's for a story for another moment. Okay, question number 9 now. Question number 9. What types of house were a UK hit for Madness, Ed Sheeran and Blur in the singles pop charts? What type of house were a UK hit for Madness, Ed Sheeran and Blur in the singles pop charts? Thank you, Diva. You can still see and hear me. Do I not think Jose's been worked out? I don't think so. I don't think he's to blame at the minute. I mean, going by what I've seen, I don't think he's to blame. I'm not gonna. We've had too many managers fail at the club, even though I've liked them, for them to be the problem. We don't invest in the players enough. We don't bring in big enough talent to compete with those big sides. And then I don't know. We could talk. I could wax lyrical about Spurs all night long. I don't want to bore people. We're doing a sport round as it is, so I'll try and keep that to a minimum now. Yeah, I think Jose's all right. As long as we don't get the Man United Jose, who went a bit mental, then we'll be okay. But he still won a trophy there, so, or maybe 2 if I don't know, I forget. Question number 10 now. Question 10 for 2 points. Which 2 literary characters fought to the death at the Reichenbach Falls? Or Reichenbach? Reichenbach? I think it's Reichenbach. Which 2 literary characters fought to the death at the Reichenbach Falls? Again, I'll put that in the comments just in case you know it pronounced differently. There we go. Yeah, I think it was just my Chromebook that had a moment, as opposed to the feed, because my phone carried on as if nothing was wrong. So we're good. We'll keep going. All right. Question 11 is for 3 more points. What names do American citizens give to what we call rocket, coriander, and courgettes? What names do American citizens give to what we call rocket, coriander, and courgettes? You get 1 point for each on that one. It's nice to see the numbers staying up. We don't ask that you submit the answers in the comments in this quiz. For those of you who are new, if you're just joining us, just keep a note of them yourself, and then you can mark your answers at the end of each quiz round. Question number 12 for you now in our first round of the evening. Question 12. Put these 2020 basic model motor cars into the correct order with the least expensive first. Ford Focus, Mini Countryman, and the Nissan Qashqai. Put these 2020 basic model motor cars into the correct order with the least expensive first. Ford Focus, Mini Countryman, and Nissan Qashqai. I think it's Qashqai, isn't it? Qashqai. I think it's Qashqai. But yeah, put them in order with the least expensive first. It's pretty close. It is pretty close actually on this one. So good luck. You get 3 points if you get them all in the correct order. 1 point, of course, if you only get one of them right, which is the only other option without scoring any points. Nissan Qashqai, the Mini Countryman, and the Ford Focus. Yeah, I think that is the problem, by the way. My Chromebook keeps losing its connection. I hope that doesn't happen tomorrow. I've got a lot of work to do tomorrow. I really don't need that playing up on me. All right. Question 13. Remember, if I'm going too fast for any of these, I will do any repeats you want. Just let me know in the comments, okay? Question 13. Which artist's New York studio was called The Factory? Which artist's New York studio was called The Factory? Just two more questions, sorry. Two more questions in this round to bring us to the end. So if you need one repeated, let me know. Which three people, for question 14, shared a house with the young Harry Potter in Privet Drive, Little Whinging? Which three people shared a house with the young Harry Potter in Privet Drive, Little Whinging? 1 point for each, as always. Another random Harry Potter question for you. You know I'm not a massive fan of it, but these questions do occasionally sneak in because I know there's a few of you out there that like it. I'm definitely in the minority of people when it comes to thinking about Harry Potter in that way. Although if you've been following current trends, you might notice that J.K. Rowling is not very popular right now. There's a lot of people speaking out against her at the moment. My goodness. Interesting. Question 15 is your token science question. I got fire from. Question 15 is for 5 points. The chemical symbols of which 5 elements spell the word barnacles when placed next to each other? 1 point for each. The chemical symbols of which 5 elements spell the word barnacles when placed next to each other? Let me know if you need any questions repeated, guys. I'll gladly do that for you. You've got a bit of thinking time, of course, with that particular one. Whilst I wait for that to see if you do have any of those, what can I tell you about while we wait? I don't know. Picture rounds I mentioned already. We're going to be sharing them on Instagram a lot more. Wherever I can, I'm going to be posting them on Instagram. But I won't post them on Instagram until I finish the live show. So they'll go, I've already scheduled today's picture round to go on Facebook and Instagram at the same time. So 9:30 this evening, it will be posted automatically on both. So you can have a look at it on either if you want to. At Big Quiz Night In, of course, everywhere. Instagram and Twitter are always at Big Quiz Night In. Tony's asked for 2 and 6 to be repeated. Okay, question 2 was which creatures gather collectively in a shrewdness? Is it apes, crows, or shrews? And question number 6 was what does the DC stand for in the DC cinematic universe, or for DC superheroes in general? I'm sure they do other things, but they're most famous for that. Any more repeats, let me know. We shall go through the answers in a moment. For those of you in the top fan group, you'll know that I'm pretty much every day, or at least when I'm doing a season of the show, the little quiz is shared from Limor, where I record 3 questions typically in a little audio clip. Question 14 for Andy, I'll do that in a moment, mate. So I record 3 questions and then share them externally, but I'm also trying to push to get 100 followers on Limor at the minute. There's lots of reasons for that, which I'll reveal once I hit that target, which is quite important. So if you haven't got onto Limor yet and listen to it directly, because you can then reply to me, if you wanted to, you can reply to my little quiz with your own voice and record your voice in the comments instead of like texting in your answers like you do on Facebook. So that would be great if you are interested. There are loads of interesting people. It's the only social media platform I have ever known where there are 0 trolls and 0 trouble, or there's 0 bad people whatsoever. I don't know how they've done it, but absolutely everybody on Limor is brilliant and fun to interact with, and promotes conversation with each other. It's amazing. It really is amazing. So hopefully that lasts for a long, long time. Right, I'm going to repeat question 14. Yeah, Diva will tell you too. Limor is great. You should definitely follow her as well at Diplomatic Diva. Definitely. Right, question 14 for Andy. Which 3 people shared a house with the young Harry Potter in Privet Drive, Little Whinging? 3 people, 1 point for each correct answer, as always. So yeah, I'm on 84 followers there at the moment. And I'm on episode 37 of season 3. And each season was 50 episodes posted every single day, 1 episode a day. And so, yeah, doing really well, but need to encourage more people to join the platform. And as soon as I get to 100, big celebration reason for hitting that target. So I'm told by the boss who runs it, which is great. So we shall see. Right, I'm going to go through the answers now, guys. And yes, Andy, you had a caps lock malfunction, but we'll let you off. I would rather you were here and having caps lock malfunctions and not here at all. Oh, Diva says 84 is fantastic. Thank you. Yeah, I'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. Let's do the answers. So for the potluck round, question 1, which 2 colours are on the national flag of Denmark? They are red and white. 1 point for each. Question 2, which creatures gather collectively in a shrewdness? Was it apes, crows or shrews? It is a shrewdness of apes. Question 3, which 2 words combine to create the new word bionic? That is biology and electronic. Out of 32. Andy says, might be 34 I've got here, but we'll see. I'll count it up again in a minute. Question 4 is a Romanian kashkaval, a type of dog, a type of pig, or a cheese. It is a cheese. Question number 5, which American state is known as the Lone Star State? That is Texas. Question 6, what does DC stand for? It is Detective Comics. Question 7, what is the CPO in the Royal Navy? 1 point for each correct word. Chief Petty Officer. Question 8, Prince William marries Catherine Middleton, Amy Winehouse dies, and the News of the World ceased publication. Name the year. And I've just realised why I said 34 points, Andy, instead of 32. It's because for this question, it's 2 points to the nearest team. So, but obviously here, I can't really do that because we're not in the pub quiz and I'm not marking your answers like I would at the pub. So, but give yourself 2 points if you get this exactly right. It is 2011. All those things happened. Question 9, what types of house were a UK hit for Madness, Ed Sheeran and Blur? It is Our House for Madness, a Lego House for Ed Sheeran, and Country House for Blur. Question 10, the 2 literary characters that fought to death on the Reichenbach Falls, I must look that back up, Sherlock Holmes and James Moriarty. 1 point for each. Question 11, what names do American citizens give to rocket, coriander and courgettes? They are arugula, cilantro and zucchini. Arugula, cilantro and zucchini. Question 12, to put the cars in the correct order that we talked about earlier, Nissan Qashqai is averages at £20,595. A Ford Focus then with 22,000, and then the Mini Countryman with 24,295. Question 13, which artist's New York studio was called The Factory? That was Andy Warhol's. Question 14, which 3 people shared a house with a young Harry Potter in Privet Drive, Little Whinging? We have Vernon, Petunia and Dudley Dursley. And question 15, the chemical symbols of which 5 elements spell the word barnacles when placed next to each other? Boron, argon, sodium, chlorine, and Einsteinium is the last one for 5 points. So tally up your scores and let me know. Oh, the Blackpool Bar Stewards are here. Welcome, Chris. No worries about being late. Nice to have you on board. Welcome. You're just in time for a sport round. We're going to be starting that in a minute. But let me know your scores, everybody else, guys, and let's see how well you did if you would like to leave your scores in the comments, you're more than welcome to. And even to those of you who are watching a repeat of this, if you're not watching live, do jump in the comments and let me know how you do. I'm always interested to know. And it's especially nice to know that people are watching repeats of this after the live shows are finished. So do that please. Owen says, Freddie's Ficco's 31 points. Roz says, can we get the point for saying House of Fun by Madness? Surely that's acceptable too. UK hits. I imagine it was also a UK hit. So what's the song called? Is it called House of Fun? It is, isn't it? Yeah, I'm sure you can have a point for that instead if you put that. I don't know why it's not there already, to be honest. Let me go look this up while you put your scores in. Yeah, it was a number one, House of Fun. Yeah, so of course you can. House of Fun or a country house counts. Damn you, Dave. Guy who writes the quizzes. Love him, but at the same time. Yes, let's have a look. Chippy says baggy trousers. No. House was their first number one. No, okay. Okay, let's have a look at your scores then. So, I can repeat 15, the answers again. Yes, of course I can. So let me do that first. Question 15, the answers were boron, argon, sodium, chlorine, and einsteinium. Yeah. And then we've got Devise's topic. I've got 20 points. Diva's got 25. Chris says, yippee for the sport round. Emma says, what were the answers to 12 and 15? I missed it. Okay, so I just said 15. 12 was the Nissan Qashqai, then Ford Focus, then Mini Countryman. Thunder Horse are back with 25 points. Good score. 21 for the Kings and Queens. G-Force 27. Oh dear, a rather terrible 15, says Tracy. Wow, Dave. Yeah, I know Chippy. Yeah, he writes these rounds, a lot of them at least anyway. The only ones I write, genuinely, the only ones I always write are the Patreon ones when you request them, which you're all entitled to if you're at the superfan level. The quiz rounds I write, as you know, I've written one for you already, Chippy, that we've done. Every month, the superfan is entitled to a sponsored quiz round if they like. They just have to let me know the subject and I'll create a quiz round on that subject for the live show. Ant says 25 for half a dozen. James says on my own 28. What else we got? 25 for Let's Get Quizzical. We didn't even attempt the helical elements. Chemical elements, I'm sure you mean. Jan says 0 points for me because I came back late from the gym, but according to my fancy watch, I burned over 1,200 calories. So can I get 1,200 points? Yes, but not for this round. Well done, that's excellent. 30 points for Cell Marketeers. Well done, guys. Owen says put a belt on then. Baggy trousers, very good. And Emma says yes, thanks, 22 points. Excellent stuff. Wow. Round number 2 then is that sports round. Just before we move on to the sports round, which I know you're all itching to have a go at, I'm going to remind you all of Secret Santa 365. Do click on that link, perhaps when this live video is finished, if you need a reminder of what they do. Throw a few quid their way because they really are doing quite a lot in the build up to Christmas in particular now to help a lot of different people out. What they do grows and changes as the year goes on, so it's probably easier now if you just have a look at the sort of things they're doing, which that link will help explain. But their drive has started to collect gifts as well as funds to help them deliver joy and happiness and presents to people as the Christmas period approaches. So please do what you can there if you can spare a few quid. If you can go further and support me as well, oh, I'm so grateful for that because you're helping pay for what I love to do. And it makes all the effort all the more worthwhile. So there's lots of ways you can do that, namely these two down here. It's all in the description of this video, as with all of them. Nicholas says, yes, obviously meant chemical elements. That's fine. We can forgive you for little spelling mistakes. No problem at all. Right, so the sports round then, everybody. Here we go with your sports round. Question number 1. What colour shirts were England wearing when they won the FIFA World Cup? What colour shirts were England wearing when they won the FIFA World Cup? It's that you try and think back to the footage you may have seen of this over the years, and it's like, oh, it's in black and white. And if anybody's watching that was alive at the time and watched it, maybe you will have a better idea, but it's still black and white. I have seen colour pictures of it, in fairness. But at the same time, it's quite an interesting question if you haven't. Question number 2 now for 3 points. What does the sporting abbreviation MLS stand for to the likes of David Beckham? What does the sporting abbreviation MLS stand for? That is Mike Lima Sierra, to spell it phonetically, to the likes of David Beckham. Word, if I didn't already say that. Question number 3 now in our sports round. Question 3, which creature is on a Lamborghini car badge? Which creature is on a Lamborghini car badge? I hear you saying, what's that got to do with sport? It's a sporty car. Race cars, right? 3 points for each letter. Yes, you do. For the MLS question, you get 3 points. So 1 point for each correct word. 3 points in total. Not 3 points for each letter, sorry, if I was misleading you there. 1 point for M, 1 point for L, 1 point for S, so 3 in total. I would never be that generous and do 3 for each letter, come on. It's madness. All right, question number 4 now, question 4. If the All Blacks play rugby union in New Zealand, then what sports are played by the Tall Blacks, the Black Jacks, and the Black Cocks? Why are you all laughing when I said that? It's a serious question. Genuine sporting teams from New Zealand. If the All Blacks play rugby union in New Zealand, what sports are played by the Tall Blacks, the Black Jacks, and the Black Cocks? 1 point for each. It all makes sense when you know the answers. If you're completely stumped as to what those sports could be that those 3 teams play, once you know the answers, you're like, of course. Makes sense. But yeah, 3 points up for grabs there. Question number 5 now. Mike Powell is the world record holder in which athletics event? Mike Powell is the world record holder in which athletics event? All right, your next question then, guys, is question number 6. What are the 2 methods of weightlifting used at the Olympic Games? What are the 2 methods of weightlifting used at the Olympic Games? 1 point for each. Loads of points up for grabs in this round, by the way. Most of the questions you've got left over are multiple point questions. Question number 7 now. Question 7 is for 3 points. Whose American football teams are Rams, Bears, and Panthers? Whose American football teams are Rams, Bears, and Panthers? Question number 8 now. Question 8. In which film did Rocky Balboa fight Ivan Drago? In which film did Rocky Balboa fight Ivan Drago? I think it is still my favourite of all the films, of all the Rocky films. This particular one, I think, has always been my favourite since I was a kid when I first saw it. Don't know why. Don't know why. I like pretty much all of them really, but this one in particular has always been my favourite. Stop shaking. Right, 3 more points available for number 9. Which 3 football clubs have the smallest stadiums in the Barclays Premier League? Which 3 football clubs have the smallest stadiums in the Barclays Premier League? Right, okay. In this season, yes, in this season. Okay, your next question then is for number 10. Manchester United purchased Eric Cantona from which team? Manchester United purchased Eric Cantona from which team? It's an absolute bargain by today's standards. I mean, even then, I think it was a bargain for what they paid for him and for who he became at Man United. Is obviously insane. But yeah, which team did Manchester United purchase Eric Cantona from? One of my favourite players of all time. Yeah, shame he never played for Spurs, Owen? He was an amazing player, though. Right, question number 11 now. Question 11. Name the 3 most recent cyclists to win the BBC Sports Personality of the Year award. Name the 3 most recent cyclists to win the BBC Sports Personality of the Year award. Absolute genius, yes, he was, yeah. All right, your next question. For 2 points, which 2 nations were added to the Formula One Grand Prix schedule for 2020? Which 2 nations were added to the Formula One Grand Prix schedule for 2020? Oh, Jan says, I was so happy when Eric Cantona, was named the best number 7 in the history of the club. Competition was strong. Beckham, Ronaldo, yeah. It has become quite a thing, the number 7 shirt for United. Most definitely. Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, Ronaldo's kind of gone on to become, I think, better. But at the same time, yeah, at the time for United, yeah, you could easily say that was easily the case. All right. Your next question then. Question number 13. The MetLife Stadium in the USA is the only NFL stadium that is shared by 2 American football clubs. Name them for 2 points. The MetLife Stadium in the USA is the only NFL stadium shared by 2 American football clubs. Name them for 1 point each. Okay, we've got 2 more questions left. 3 points available for question 14. Put these footballers into the correct order with the most international goals scored first. Pele, Lionel Messi, and Cristiano Ronaldo. Put these footballers into the correct order with the most international goals scored first. Pele, Lionel Messi, and Cristiano Ronaldo. There's that man again, Cristiano Ronaldo, just talking about him. Okay, your next question then, your final question. Question 15 is for 5 points. Which 5 events make up the modern pentathlon? 1 point for each. Which 5 events make up the modern pentathlon? See what I mean? Loads of points available for this round. So I'm expecting, for those who like a sport round at least, a lot of high scores. But for those who don't, hopefully you've got plenty more to guess at to try and get more points than you otherwise normally would. Let me know if you need any questions repeated. And I'll gladly repeat some for you. Oh, Anna says the screen keeps freezing there, and sorry. I've not had any more problems this side, so I think that's going to be out there, not my side, I'm afraid. Hopefully for the rest of you, it's okay. I noticed the numbers drop a little bit then, so maybe some people have had to cut out and drop, hopefully rejoin again. Hopefully. It's something that's resolved quite quickly. But yeah, as you can see, I'm set up in exactly the same way I normally would. And things seem to be going fine here, so I think it might just be out there, your side, not my side. Or in between us and you. Devise's topic, mine keeps freezing too. Oh no. That's not good, not good at all. I am still broadcasting fine though, my end, as I said, so hopefully it's something that you can get through. Let me know in the comments if you need anything repeated, guys. There's a lot of points in that round up for grabs, so it's fine if you have any questions you need to repeat. If there was any kind of problems hearing what I'm asking for. Owen says all good here. That's good. Okay, it's not for everybody then. Question 12, please, on a technicality. Okay, Andy says, question 12, which 2 nations were added to the Formula 1 Grand Prix schedule for 2020? Which 2 nations were added that previously were not part of the schedule? Please do ask away in the comments if there is any further clarification you need for that one. Any more repeats needed? Let me know. Oh, that's nice. Some love hearts and likes coming in. I don't know what I did to deserve that, but the more the merrier. Thank you. We're going to go through the answers, I think, in a moment, so that we can move on and get ready for the old Family Fortunes round, I think. Round number 3. Everybody likes the Ask Survey says Family Fortunes round, right? A lot of fun to be had with that one. So always happy to do one of those rounds for you guys. I've also started planning the Patreon only quiz night, which is at the end of the month. The last Tuesday of the month is the only night I won't be here on Facebook Live. That will be the last Tuesday of this month again. And I think I've got a good idea for a new game to play, in addition to one of them from the last time. I've just got to work out how it will work, but I think it could be fun. So yeah, for those of you who are Patreons this month, at the Top Fan Plus tier or above, you've got that to look forward to again this month. It's going to be good. Always good fun. All right, I'm going to go through the answers then, guys. I've not had any more requests for repeats. So, question number 1. What colour shirts were England wearing when they won the FIFA World Cup? It was red. They were wearing their red shirts. Question, where are we now? Question number 2. What does the abbreviation MLS stand for to David Beckham? It is Major League Soccer. 1 point for each there. Andy says it's 32 points again. Okay, the total. Question number 3. Which creature is on a Lamborghini car badge? It is a bull. Question 4. If the All Blacks play rugby union in New Zealand, what sports are played by the Tall Blacks? That is basketball. Makes sense, doesn't it? See, Tall Blacks, they play basketball. The Black Jacks play bowls, because you're aiming for the jacks, right? Again, that's a good one. The Black Cocks play badminton, because they're hitting a shuttlecock, right? But clearly also have a sense of humour. Again, there you go. Question 5. Mike Powell is the world record holder in which athletic event? It is long jump. Question 6. What are the 2 methods of weightlifting used at the Olympic Games? It is the clean and jerk and snatch. Or sorry, clean and jerk and snatch. Something buzzing around the room. Clean and jerk for 1 point and snatch for a 2nd point. Question 7. Whose American football teams are Rams, Bears and Panthers? It is the Los Angeles Rams, the Chicago Bears, and the Carolina Panthers. Do you know, I've just realised one thing that I forgot to do is to put my microphone in, so bear with me. Because that should, once it's in, that should make the sound a lot better, in theory. Now I've got the problem with the camera, of course. Oh no, what have I done? Shouldn't have done this on the live show. My apologies, guys. Should not have done it. But hey. That'll do. There we go. You all hear me again now. Hopefully that's a bit clearer. Should have done that at the start. It's one thing I forgot. Never mind. Right, question number 4. In which film did Rocky Balboa fight Ivan Drago? It was Rocky 4. Absolutely my favourite of all those films. Brilliant film. Probably not the highest rated one, critically speaking, but I loved it. I loved it. It's actually made your sound worse. That's impossible. Can't be right. It's not possible for that to have happened. It might have just been while I was fiddling around putting the microphone in fairness. Sorry, what did you say? Yeah, all right, Owen. Right, let's do your next question then. I just want to check that this is in the right order for you. Okay, right. Sounds no different. Yeah, that's fine. It's it might not for everybody. It might not. But purists like me notice the difference when I watch it back. And I'm really fussy about these things, so I can't believe I forgot. Okay. Question 3. The football clubs that have the smallest stadiums in the Barclays Premier League are Crystal Palace, Fulham and Burnley. 1 point for each. Question 10. Manchester United purchased Eric Cantona from which team? It was Leeds United. I've just seen Andy say it's out of 34 points. So that's okay. Now you know. Thank you for that, Andy. Yes, so Leeds United is where they got Eric Cantona from. Question 11. Name the 3 most recent cyclists to win the BBC Sports Personality of the Year. It is Geraint Thomas, Bradley Wiggins and Mark Cavendish. Question 12. Which 2 nations were added to the Formula 1 Grand Prix schedule for 2020? That is Vietnam and Holland. Or the Netherlands, of course, we accept. Question 13. The MetLife Stadium in the USA is the only NFL stadium that is shared by 2 American football clubs. Name them for 1 point each. They are the New York Jets and the New York Giants. Question 14. Put these footballers into the correct order with the most international goals scored first. The 3 you had to choose from was Pele, Messi and Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo. In the correct order with the most goals, international goals scored first, Cristiano Ronaldo, Pele and then Messi. Question number 15. Which 5 events make up the modern pentathlon? It is cross-country, riding, shooting, swimming and fencing. There we go. There's your answers for the sports round. Again, if you need me to repeat anything, let me know. I think it's out of 34 points, as Andy said. Pop your team scores in the comments. We're almost ready to move on to the Our Survey Says round. So I think everything should be ready to go here. Let me just check. Yeah, there you go. There's your sound effects. There they are. And yeah, let's see how well you did, and then we can move on to that 3rd round of the evening. Get those team scores in, tally them up. Devise's topic answer for number 3, 12 and 8, please. You disappeared. Oh, okay, all right. So the answers, the answers for number 3 was a bull on the Lamborghini car badge. For 12 was Vietnam and Holland, or the Netherlands. And for 8, it was Rocky 4. 24 out of 34, 70.5% for the Kings and Queens. I like this, a percentage score. Okay, that sounds really good when you do it that way, doesn't it? 15 points for Diva. No surprise, even worse than the last round. 14 points, says Tracy. But I just missed there. Thunderhorse peaked, 28 points. Very well done. 25 points for Jan. Too many UK-related questions, but happy about Cantona appearance. 17 points for Cell Marketeers. On my own, 31. 21 for the Blackpool Bar Stewards. 22 for Let's Get Quizzical. We hate a sport round. Well, it's had a token appearance now, so we'll bring it back again in a few weeks' time, I think. G-Force, 27 points. 22 for half a dozen. A poor 17 for Freddy's Ficcos. Any more team scores needed? Do put them in the comments now. Let's have a look. Devise's topic now. Put their scores in. 17 points. Well done there. Yeah, I think the thing we'll do with all these rounds is, you know, I have a look on the day really, and then pick what I want. The top fans, Patreons, you can all make suggestions to me for rounds anytime you like. It doesn't have to be when I specifically ask you for it. But Patreons do have guaranteed rounds if they tell me what subjects they want. So if you haven't done that yet for this month, let me know. There's still time. We've got, I think, 2 more quiz rounds left this month for me to fit them in. Questions as well. If you're Top Fan Plus level, you can have a question each. Again, let me know. 17 for Gabby on her own, you mean? I contributed nothing, says Roz. I have to say well done to Chippy and Becky for that. I was no help, Helen says. Oh, you're all far too honest. You're part of the team, but fair play. Well, we should also take a moment to say well done to Gabby, because I saw over on Instagram you won the tennis tournament you took part in. So very well played to you. That is amazing. When you said you mentioned to me the other day you had a tennis match to play, I had no idea you were playing at like some kind of, I don't know, semi-professional level, professional level, whatever it is you do. But you won a trophy for it, and that's amazing. So well done. And you got runner-up in the doubles as well, which is also very cool. I've always been rubbish at tennis, not my sport at all. So I admire anybody who can do good things with sport in that way. So fair play. That's very cool. So yes, 22 for half a dozen. That's the other score I needed to see, I think. I think that's everybody then in terms of team scores. We're going to do the Family Fortunes Our Survey Says round. Roz was there for emotional support. Brilliant. Okay, I'm just going to grab myself another beer, and then we're going to do the Our Survey Says round. We'll do 10 questions, and we'll see how well you do. To be honest, I mean, we're all right for time. I might even do the full 15 questions for this round. We'll see how we go time-wise. We'll see. And yes, woo, go Gabby, yay! Right, let me just grab my beer. I'll be right back with you. It's only here. I haven't got far to go. And then we can crack on. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah. Okay. Let's pull this one out. So yeah, we'll see how we do time-wise, because there's a lot of answers to talk about with these rounds. If you've not done this kind of round before, I've got the top 5 answers for each of these questions from a survey. Obviously, they surveyed 100 people, asked them the question, whichever they gave as their answer was then taken, and then whichever answers get the most responses from the most people become the top 5 answers. So just because an answer you guess might not be one of the top 5 doesn't mean it wasn't one of the answers, but you're only going to get points for the top 5. If you get the top answer correct, you then get 5 points. Running down through the scores, 4, 3, 2 and 1 point for the 5th most popular answer. I'll remind you of this when we go through the answer at the end if you've not done this before. But of course, if you guess an answer and it's not there, you get nothing for that question. Only guess 1 per question, okay? Don't put multiple and then delete as applicable. Honestly, in the pubs when I used to do this particular kind of round, I'd get people going, oh, it could be this, this, or this, and then they put delete as applicable. So I can't do that. I accept the first answer and only the first answer. So yeah, that's all you need to do for this one. What do you think the top answer was from our survey? Well, not my survey, but the survey, because they're taken from official Family Fortunes games and surveys and shows and whatnot. And yeah, if we've got time, we'll try and do the full 15, but we'll see. So here we go with question number 1 then in our Survey Says round. Name something you squeeze. Again, don't put them in the comments. Just make a note of them. Name something you squeeze. What could be top from our survey? Okay. Question number 2. Name a Charles Dickens novel. Name a Charles Dickens novel. Okay. Question number 3. Name something that causes an allergic reaction. Name something that causes an allergic reaction. For number 3. I used to get terrible allergies for something. I could never figure out what it was. Good couple of years on and off, I couldn't breathe through my nose at all. No matter what I did, no matter what I tried. And then one day, got this particular nasal spray, and ever since then it's like a miracle cure. Never known anything like it. I can breathe perfectly fine. It's great. Just thought I'd drop that little nugget of information in there in case you're interested. Yeah. Forever having problems there, but no more, no more. All right, question number 4 now. Name a type of bread. Name a type of bed. Sorry, B-E-D. Not a size of bed. Name a type of bed. Not a size, a type of bed. Yeah, bread. Got food on the brain. I shouldn't do. I've had enough today, thank you very much. Although, having said that, it was Ruben's birthday, my son. It was Ruben's birthday, he's 7. That was yesterday. So Chrissy made a Pac-Man cake for him because he's obsessed with Pac-Man at the moment. And playing Minecraft Pac-Man. Who knew that was a thing? But she's made a Pac-Man cake. So we've had a little bit of that over the last couple of days. So I've got to try and have some of that today after the quiz, I think. Yeah. Oh, that was fun. Poor lad can't even take sweets in for his friend at school. Can't take sweets in for his friend at school on his birthday because obviously you could then pass things on through the handling of sweets from one child to another, apparently. That's fine, we just kept them for ourselves. More Haribo for the family. Question number 5 now. Question 5. Name a UK hit by the band Green Day. Name a UK hit by the band Green Day. They're a band that's gone down in my estimations, by the way. Ever since American Idiot, that album they did was fantastic, and then they just went down and down and down after that, in my opinion. Still nice, but nah. Not anymore the band they were. Alright, your next question then is name something you find irritating. This will be interesting. Name something you find irritating. Now, remember, this is a survey, so what you find irritating might not be what the majority of 100 people would find irritating. This is the way to think about it. Name something you find irritating. What could be the top answer from our survey? Question number 7. Another name for the police. Give me another name for the police. Not the band. Question 7 in the R survey says round, another name for the police. Oh wow, there are 100 answers to that one. Yeah, oh, for the irritating one. Yeah, I know. I'm sure there could be. Jan says, in Poland we have an alternative party game. You get the Family Feud board with few answers displayed. The goal is to come up with the most ridiculous questions to these answers. Example would be you have answers promise, oath, word. Suggestion for question, name something that our president broke. Okay, so it's kind of like a Jeopardy version of the game. So you come up with the questions that could fit the answers. I like that. I like that a lot. That's funny. I might see if I have an excuse to play that at a family gathering or something at some point in the future. Thank you for that. That could be really funny. Question number 8. Name something you jump on. Oh, Devise's topic of bowing out. The connection's too bad. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. We might be having, there might and must be problems across the country in terms of Wi-Fi for some of your providers out there. Because again, I think most people have been fine. But that's a real shame to hear that. Do take care of yourselves if you're still listening. Devices topic. Thank you for watching. But yeah, there's touch wood. There's nothing going on this end that could interfere with the signal. Right. Question number 9. Question number 9. Name a famous biblical duo. Name a famous biblical duo. What could possibly be the top answer from our survey for that question? Name a famous biblical duo. Question number 10. Name something you could find in a bank. Name something you could find in a bank. I think given the time, we're going to do the full round. We're going to go to 15 questions on this one rather than the usual 10, because I do have them here, and it's pretty early, so in terms of usual running time. So we'll go for the full 15 if that's all right with everybody. 5 more questions in this round. Hopefully the connection holds out for the rest of you. Question 11 then. Question 11. Name something on your front door. Name something on your front door. Question number 12. Name a British city beginning with the letter C. Name a British city beginning with the letter C. As with any round, I can of course repeat any questions before we go through the answers, especially since we're going through a few more than we normally do. Question 13. Name a sport where you throw something. Name a sport where you throw something. Question number 14. Name something you see on somebody's arm. Name something you'd see on somebody's arm. So I have to get some random questions in these rounds, right? How many of you looked at your arm when I said that? more than half of you, I'd willing to bet. Name something you see on somebody's arm. Right, last question then. Last question for the show. Question 15. Name something you hated at school. Name something you hated at school. Okay, do you need any questions repeated for that round then, guys? As that is the end of our Survey Says round. Remember, as it says up here, picture round is coming up. I'll be sharing that. It will be shared automatically. For the first time ever, I pre-scheduled the posts on Instagram at Big Quiz Night In, and of course here on the Facebook page. That's going to be at 9:30 exactly, unless Facebook has a meltdown and doesn't share it, but it's never happened before, so touch wood, it'll go fine. But good luck with that one, and I will post the answers in the comments of it later on this evening before I go off to bed tonight. Anybody need a question repeated before I go through the answers? When I go through the answers, I will go from the least popular answer of 1 point up to the top answer scoring 5 points. Okay? Oh, Owen says Bale's agent has confirmed we are in negotiations to sign him on loan. It's the only way we're going to get him. It really is. The guy is on like 600 grand a week or something ridiculous like that. Honestly, the only way we're going to get him is if Real Madrid cover most of his salary, and then we pay a little bit to, I say a little bit, we pay to loan him for a year and then see how it goes. It's insane the money the guy's on. Insane. And he hardly plays in Real Madrid. Unbelievable. But yes, oh, I'd love it if he came back. Can I please repeat 4, 5 and 6? You were writing the story about the reverse game. Oh, mate. Of course I can. You've made us aware of a fantastic reverse way of playing Family Fortunes. So here's a repeat for you. Question 4. Name a type of bed. Name a type of bed. Not a size of bed, a type of bed. Oh, Helen says number 15 has brought up bad memories. Yeah, sorry about that. For me too. I'm sure we'll talk a little bit more about it in a minute. Question number 5, Jan, was name a UK hit by the band Green Day. Owen says, I'll play golf for 1 week for that sort of money. Yeah, I know. That's about all he's done, really, isn't it? Bit of training and playing golf. Some people have a good life, don't they? Having said that, he had fans attacking his car when he left the stadium one day. That was pretty scary. So, you know, it's not all sunshine and rainbows in the Bale household, I don't think. But hey, small price to pay. Question 6 was name something you find irritating. Name something you find irritating. Right. Let's just have a quick look. I don't think... No, we haven't got any more repeats that have come in. So I'll just give a moment for Jan to get those answers in there for those 3 I've just repeated for him. But yes, do, again, as always, before you go, guys, don't forget that... well, lots of things, really. But do support Secret Santa if you can afford to give any money towards what I do here. The link is in the description for that. It's the first link you should see when you look on the description of any of my videos now. It's Secret Santa 365 that we're supporting every quiz. We don't support Sophia anymore officially, if you like, because they've gone back to their members scheme now where everybody's paying a little bit every month, which they weren't doing during the worst of the pandemic, which is why we supported them. So that's changed a little. Out of 75, Andy says yes, out of 75. But if you can afford to give any money at all to the running of the quiz, just donate a little bit to Secret Santa. If you'd like to go that extra bit further, my Patreon link is in the description. Great rewards every month if you join my Patreon. And the same goes for Buy Me a Coffee, which is a virtual kind of tipping service. You get your own little quiz every time you buy me a virtual beer through that service too. And it's just, yeah, really do appreciate everybody that manages to do that. I don't expect people to, but you're helping a lot when you do, trust me. Yeah. It's all going towards making this better, to be honest. It's all going into savings. All the money I earned from this is going into savings to make this better, bring better technology, better live show, better everything. So, and the savings have been good so far. We're getting there. Here we go with the answers, I think, then, for that round. So, 1 point for the least popular answer, then the top answer is worth 5 points. 2, 3, 4 in between. And I just want to make sure... Yes, sounds are ready to go as well. So, question number 1. Name something that you squeeze. We have, for 1 point, a plastic bottle. For 2 points, a hand. 3 points, a spot. Ew. For 4 points, toothpaste tube. But the top answer is fruit. Squeeze fruit, make sure it's okay to eat, I guess. That definitely includes tomatoes. Got some tomatoes the other day and Chrissy squeezed one and it was all rotten. I went, oh, that's not good. So you definitely should squeeze fruit when you just to check it. There you go, pro tip. Question 2. Name a Charles Dickens novel. 1 point for David Copperfield. Then A Tale of Two Cities. Great Expectations. A Christmas Carol. 4 points. The top answer therefore is Oliver Twist. I'd have put them the other way around. I think I'd have gone Christmas Carol for that one. Maybe that's because I love Muppet Christmas Carol so much that it immediately would come to mind. That's just me. But hey, 4 points is still good. Question 3. Name something that causes an allergic reaction. We have antibiotics, food or drink for 2 points, dust for 3 points, high in fibre, low in calories. What's that from? Dust. 4 points for animals. The top answer is pollen. I mean, most of you surely put pollen. Surely, right? Hay fever. Yeah. Question 4. Name a type of bed. We have a 4-poster bed, a sofa bed, a bunk bed, a water bed, and the top answer is a divan. Includes lemons. Diva says includes lemons. As in name something you'd squeeze for that top one, the first question. Yeah, any fruit, I guess, if that's what you're referring to. Double check in the comments if that's not what you meant. But yeah, any fruit would be fine if you put a specific one. Jan says, I'm allergic to some people. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, fruit, Diva, that's fine. If you put a specific fruit, there's no problem. You get the point for that. Right, question 5. Name a UK hit for the band Green Day. We have the Simpsons theme, Holiday, Know Your Enemy, Basket Case for 4 points, and the top answer was, and I gave it away earlier, American Idiot. The title track off that fantastic album. It's the best thing they've ever done. They'll never top that. I don't think they expect to either, to be honest, but they'll never top it anyway. Even if they were trying to, I don't think they ever could. Perfect album, for me at least. Question 6. Name something you find irritating. This is a doozy of a question, right? Name something you find irritating. We have ignorant people, loud people, people smoking, crying kids, and the top answer, queue jumpers. Yeah, no, Wake Me Up When September Ends is not there as one of the top hits, I'm afraid, no. But it is, of course, from the American Idiot album. Unfortunately, you don't get points for that, though. But yeah, queue jumpers, top answer for something you find irritating. That's totally understandable, especially for the UK. We love our queuing, but man, if you queue jump, do we tut? I know there's probably a million famous comedians who have done something along those lines in their sketches and whatnot, in their shows, but it's so true. Name another name for the police for question 7. We have Pigs, Sweeney, Mr. Plod, the Old Bill for 4 points, and the top answer for 5, Coppers. Coppers. I once did a quiz night where I knew a police officer was stood at the bar, but like off duty, but I knew he was a police officer. He was a friend of Dave's, who I do the quiz for. And he was there having a drink, and I read the question out. Name the chemical symbol for copper. And I said, oh, it's PIG, isn't it? And he looked over and he went, oi! And then he realised it was me running the quiz night, and he was okay because he knew I was a friend of Dave's. But man, he wasn't happy. He had a face of thunder. I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Yeah, PIG, chemical symbol for copper. He did not like it one bit. Oh dear. Right, name something you jump on for question 8. We have your partner. Yeah, it's there. A train, jump on a train, a bed, a bus for 4 points, and the top answer is trampoline. You jump on a trampoline, of course. Question number 9, name a famous biblical duo. We have, for 1 point, Samson and Delilah, Mary and Joseph, David and Goliath for 3 points, Cain and Abel for 4, and the top answer is Adam and Eve. I know. Would you Adam and Eve it? That is the top answer. Question number 10. Name something you could find in a bank. We have bank robbers. Oh, I hope not. Bulletproof glass. A queue. There's queuing again. A cash machine for 4 points. And the top answer, a cashier or teller. Andy says, the tension when the first 4 answers aren't yours. I know, right? How many points can I get for answer to question 6, people? Jan says. To be honest, you can't really have it. It's not specific enough because we've got ignorant people, we have loud people, we have people smoking, crying kids. Kids are people too. Queue jumpers are people. So you can't really have any points for that. It's not specific enough, I'm afraid, mate. Okay, all right, we'll move on. Question 11. Name something on your front door. We have a lock for 1 point, doorbell for 2, a knocker for 3, a number for 4, and the top answer, the door handle. Question. Diva had money for the bank question. Oh, money's not there. Who'd have thunk it? No money in the bank. Well, it's sad when any of us has that problem, but I'm afraid it's not one of the top 5 answers. Jan says he should be able to sum up all the points for these answers. No, it doesn't work like that, mate. Funny, but no. Question 12 was name a British city beginning with the letter C. We have Coventry, Canterbury, Cardiff, Chester, and the top answer, Cambridge. Question 13. Name a sport where you throw something. We have the hammer, basketball, javelin, rugby for 4 points, and the top answer, discus. Question 14. Name something you see on somebody's arm. We have a sleeve, a bracelet, a tattoo, a watch. And the top answer is hair. Eric says, I can't believe money wasn't on the list for things in a bank. I know, right? I was tempted to just update it and throw money in as an answer anyway, because I thought, why isn't that there? That doesn't make any sense. But the answers are the answers, I'm afraid. I imagine it was soon after the top 5. I imagine it was. But it's not the top 5, so you can't have any points, I'm afraid. Name something you hated at school. Okay, for question 15, we have teachers for 1 point, homework for 2, bullies for 3, school dinners for 4, and the top answer was maths lessons. Maths is the top answer. Tracy says they had money too. Well, if I surveyed you guys, no doubt money would have been the top answer, right? But you wouldn't get any points then, would you? So, yeah. There we go, guys. Tally up your scores. Let me know how you did. Remember, that picture round's going to be going live in about 10 minutes' time. Do share that as well when you're having a look at it. Have a go. It's all about spotting the drinks. So you're going to get the parts of logos of different drinks. That's alcoholic, hot and cold drinks, soft drinks, everything, right? So you just need to name the drinks brands for 1 point each. So it's quite a fun one. Hope you enjoy it as always. But yeah, do give it a share. Remember, if you want a top fan badge and you can't afford to join Patreon for whatever reason, which is totally fine. But if you want a top fan badge to get in the top fan group, the best way to do that is to keep commenting and sharing, liking these videos and anything else that I post. And of course, by doing that, you're putting the quiz in front of more people, which will mean hopefully more people will join us for the next live show. And we can start to bring in more people to watch on the Tuesday night quiz. And of course, remember, I'm back at the pub Thursdays and Sundays. King's Head and Bell in Abingdon, if you haven't realised already. Back there, 8 o'clock every Thursday and every Sunday. Book a table and bring your own pen if you do come down to the King's Head and Bell. Here we go with some team scores. Oh, Andy says, love math lessons. Shame I can't count up the max scores. Bit out of practice, maybe, mate. Okay, team scores then. Freddie's Fickos have got 59 points. Diva's got 46 points. Half a dozen have got 71 points. Wowzer. 40 points for Jan. None of the questions with the top answer, though. Oh. Eric says Blackpool Bar Stewards have got 53. James says On My Own 65. Let's Get Quizzical got 42 or 44, depending on whose sets of answers we use. Well, let's go with 44. I think that sounds a bit better, isn't it? 52 for Cell Marketeers.
55 for Thunderhorse. Diva says, fab quiz, Chris. Thank you, Diva. Yeah, the little quiz answers will be posted soon as well for those who follow me on Limor or take part in those. Join me on Limor. Do download it. Give us a follow. Help me get to 100 followers. I'm thinking of doing something special for the first person or the person to give me that 100th follow as well, because it's such an important milestone on Limor. So please do. Even if you're not going to use it, just download the app and follow me. It'd be great. Trust me, it'd be worth it. It's a great app to use. Right, the rest of your scores. Tracy says, we had a terrible night. Oh no, what have you got? This just jumped out of my way, the comments there. Only got 40 points there too. Had 5 answers with no points. Oh, Tracy, you've had a nightmare. Hopefully it's better next week, okay? Maddie's, better with the pitch around maybe, Tracy. There's still hope. You can redeem yourself. Maddie says GeForce has got 60 points. That's a cracking score. Well done. Vernia says, thank you, Chris. Andy says, 51 for the Kings and Queens. Kings and Queen, to be exact. Thanks for the quiz. You're welcome, Maddie. Take care of yourself. Great quiz, Chris. Thank you very much. You're welcome, James. Thanks and good night from us. Thank you, Chris. So yeah, guys, check all the links in the description if you want to support me in any way, shape or form, or of course Secret Santa 365. That would be much appreciated. Look out for the pitch around in about 5 minutes time. Fantasy football I haven't mentioned. We've got our own fantasy football league. If you're on the Premier League fantasy football, you can join the league if you want to. Totally free, just a bit of fun. I'm currently second, by the way, which I'm going to relish because I'm rubbish at fantasy football. But there is a big quiz night in Fantasy Football League. If you want to join it, message me. I can send you the code. It's no problem at all. We'll have some fun with that, I think. And fingers crossed for those signings, Owen says. Absolutely, yes. Come on, you Spurs. Let's sort out all that team and start winning some freaking trophies, eh? Cheers, bud. Have a good night all, says Chippy. And thank you to Diva, Tracy, Nicola. Catch up again soon. Absolutely, yeah. Let's all stay safe. Have fun with the pitch rounds and anything else I can provide you with. I hope you all enjoy and continue to enjoy what I provide here on the Big Quiz Night In. And Andy, yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for doing this, he says, with his top fan badge shining bright on my screen. Thanks, Chris. Lots of fun as always. Have a wonderful rest of the week, everyone. See you next time, says Diva. Lovely comments, guys. And I'll pass on your love to Abby. She's desperately sad that she couldn't join us. So we hope that she hasn't got something we don't want to talk about. And that it's just a bad cold that's gone to her chest, I hope. I think that's all it is. So I will let you guys know. Hopefully she'll be back next week. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. I'll see you same time next time for more of the same fun. Cheers. Good night.